Hello everyone and welcome to the DM's Workshop video blog. My name is Dave and I would like to bring you the first of actually what's going to end up being a two-part series on drawing maps for tabletop RPGs. The next one's going to be in a couple weeks. I think next week we're going to cover NPC creation and villains. And if you guys have any ideas for what we'd like to see from us next, what you think we're doing right, what you think we could be doing better, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email at dave@wampaslayer.com or straight on Twitter at @bealien512. So, this week I wanted to create a video because I made a map for you guys, and it took me about a half hour to draw out the whole thing. I did it through a time lapse, thinking that a half hour may give me a couple minutes of footage. Ended up giving me about 30 seconds of footage, so I'll tack that on at the end of this video. But the map that I made was this one here. And I kind of wanted to go through my process on how I made it. So a couple things that I always take into account is to create a story just a little bit. Now this map I have no intention right away to use, so I don't know how it's going to be used in an adventure setting. But what I did was I created these two chambers here that I felt were two wizards kind of living in the same dungeon, but I made all of these secret passages that this wizard could only get to here, but they don't go the other way, because I felt like he was stealing ideas. That's why his symbol is much more intricate, because he's stealing all the stuff and trying to make it all work. I moved on a little bit north here. This right here would be some kind of maybe a chamber that reaches all the way up to the ground level, maybe even up to a giant tower. That could be a potential entrance for this dungeon. Also could be like a sanctum. Over here is maybe could be anywhere from a grand library to an area where they store giant statues and all that kind of stuff. Up here, maybe these wizards were forming an army, or maybe they were good and they had pupils. In either case, they'll need places to live, places to stay, and all that kind of stuff. All of these craggly bits, like here and up here and over here, I wanted to add a little bit of natural formations. I'm not really great at like drawing caves, but I like to add a little bits there. And the beauty of those is what you can do is you can say, okay, well, this is a benevolent area. It's not necessarily that harmful. These are natural water springs or something. Or maybe this is a little bit more dangerous area, and this is where you're very deep. This could be the lowest level of a dungeon, and there's fire and lava here. So basically that's what I'm going to go through. Remember that I'm randomly adding secret passages, randomly adding entrances, and you can add an entrance anywhere you want. Take away any room that you want, but this way you have a full realized level of a dungeon that takes up an entire sheet of graph paper, which was the challenge to do there. The deal with the entrances, and we'll go over it a little bit more when we get into mapping part 2, which is placing things inside your map, or using your map for an actual game. But what I thought about the entrances were, so I put, there's an entrance here, a spiral staircase here, and another staircase here. You can put them anywhere you want. Like we already talked about, this. The circle could be a tower that goes all the way up to the surface. As your players are rolling their navigation to even get to the dungeon, maybe what they need to get is right here. So if they did really well, they'll enter here and not have to go very far. Did very poorly, maybe they got to go through the whole dungeon. Just little different areas. You can then, different ways that you can maybe adjust that to another thing. So I'm going to post this online. You guys can take a look at it. I would love to see what you guys have. Draw me something, send it on up. Again, VBlog in Twitter, or directly to my email, which is dave@wampaslayer.com. And like promised, I'm going to tack a little video on the end here showing just a real quick, like I said, it's about 30 seconds of me drawing this map. So if you enjoyed this movie, or this video, sorry, we'd love a thumbs up. And if you enjoy all the videos on Wampaslayer's YouTube page, we encourage you to subscribe, or check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Wampaslayer. See you next week. So here you'll see I started in a corner or a side of the map and built out from that. I played with symmetry a little bit, which is a really great place to start if you don't already have an idea of where you're going. And then filled out from there. You'll see that random moment of sticking the tape reel in there, just to make sure that I could make a nice little circle. And then from there, once I have an outline like this, I'll go in, and anything that's an outer wall, like any wall that touches what I would say rock, I then color in the outsides.